Oh, yes, we are here live and in person again. Yes. Let's, okay. Okay, seriously, Tarantulas, can you get that thing? Can you get that thing stable? Oh boy. Apparently, Megatron is no more confident of getting this equipment set up than any of us. Oh boy, already getting started. Okay, we're in. And I'm assuming that the first person in here is Claire. Considering I just saw a message on there asking about the stream. Apologize for being a little late, which is say 8:05 p.m. Wow, we're even later than SpongeBob to start his party, or his night out on the town. We're always dashed to be late.
I think they didn't arrive till like 8:01 or something.
Oh, so I'm later than there. Oh, bad boy. Okay. All right, now we got two people in the stream here. Say what's going on there. Be nice if it would show who it is. It has a really bad thing about not showing who comes in the stream. That's even in the other streams I've been in. I don't know what that deal is with YouTube, but it does that. Okay, so here we are again. I'm just going to get right into what we're all about here. If they start where we left off in the fabulous journal of Mary Lou Finney, the story Absolute Normal Chaos. Oh yes, the summer that is not the summer she was expecting it to be, and not exactly the assignment she was really hoping for here. Oh no, never is there. All right, so let's waiting on. We got one person. Still on here. So while we're waiting for other people, and I guess we looked at that's surprising there. Let me answer Claire real quick because Claire was asking about the stream. So it may have been somebody else that got here. Oh, I think maybe she got. Okay. Okay, so they're back. Okay, they're back in.
Oh, good evening, Claire.
All right, I was just about to message you there, Claire. I thought maybe the computer on your end was having trouble, but okay, here we are. What's going on here? We're going to start with Thursday, June 21st.
So, how about Mr. Krabs or French accent?
Oh boy, French pirate there.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Like I said, because I got off a little bit later than I usually do on Thursdays. I usually get off real early on Thursdays, but kind of was a surprising midday, so kind of was in a rush with everything today. Yeah, but we should be able to do better with the other stories, especially next Thursday. Guess right. Well, actually, I haven't actually about my guess right. About the unless you're referring to the Barbie one. That was pretty good there. I looking at a Barbie Christmas movie there. Matter of fact, I actually was the first person. This actually was Bob Shaw's first time viewing the movie when both him and I were Barbie one and I have a lot of. Yeah, that actually was his first viewing of it because you know how he has to view it once, then he has to do the notes and then look at Raven and then with the guest writer. So so we actually us viewing it together was actually his first viewing, which was a Sunday morning a while back. So yep, and got through that there, taking notes from both him and from my end there. So yeah, that pretty much all I can say on that one there. Yeah, let's see, like I said, unless you have questions specifically, maybe. But or as off the top of my head, that's pretty much all I can say on that there. And I'm looking forward to the next one, but I can't say. Matter of fact, I don't even know what it's going to be. To be honest, so yeah, I definitely can't say either way. But yep. Okay, but what's going on, Casey?
Hey, Case.
It was good to see you in Bob Shaw's live stream the other night there too. There, it was actually pretty surprising, but it was good to see you.
Oh, she said not too much.
Yep. Yep. Okay, so I think you started off with French Mr. Cray.
Yeah.
Okay. But appreciate you doing that there, though. Okay, so we got French. Let's see. Sir. Kind of hard for me to combine that with a French accent, to be honest, on the spot there.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to give you regular Mr. Graham style.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be difficult to decide who I should kill first. Maggie, Batman, Dennis, Corey. To show you what I mean, I'll predict this is a play. The scene. The kitchen of a normal house. A 13-year-old girl, Mary Lou, is washing lunch dishes. Her 17-year-old sister Maggie is on the telephone and hangs on the wall in the kitchen. A 4-year-old boy sits at the kitchen table, splattering his hand in some spilled milk. Well, you know what they always say: "There's no use crying over spilled milk." Now get those crab patties done. Yeah. Oh. Wait. So, Yummy Mary trying to be the Joker? That's way too easy.
What?
I actually can see that, especially looking at the Japanese version. That fits in way too easy.
Oh, I don't know what that emoji did.
Oh, it's laugh sideways.
Laugh.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Oh, Maggie, start. Oh, Kitty. I just so happy. Pause. Yes, he did. I thought he. Oh, yes, I thought he did. He might. And we were still going to, aren't we, Kitty? What do you mean? You're not sure. Tommy, stop that. No. And what is that supposed to mean? You invited Ellen in case? In case? In case of what?
What's next? You gotta do the tongue thing? People miracle?
That would be a really good combination. And Kaiba's already fitting for Batman, so you know he's gonna. They have to set that up. Somebody got to set that up.
They were say the Jack Nicholson shining joke. Whose idea was it, you or Bob?
I think that one was mine. I think it was mine there. Yeah, I think it was because I kind of sort of remember hinting that when we were doing the writing process. Like you say, some of the things that went into there kind of have slipped my mind, honestly. But I do kind of remember that one now. I'm gonna try to keep a better memory of when I guess right, so that way I can recall more of it, like I did with the Descendants one. Descendants, I actually have a better memory span of what some of my jokes were there. Something like that. Yeah. Oh boy. Yep. Well. Oh, and just for that, yeah. But the Descendants one. Okay, brief little break. Descendants one, first movie. I know first offhand because he actually did even state this. I know I pointed out about the Hades, Hades from the Disney animated Hercules series, how Jafar was actually brought back to life by Hades in that series, and upon giving him that information and him researching it, funny thing is he was kind of confused by the continuity because in the movie Hercules, he's a full grown man and Hades just now finds out that he's still alive. But in the series, he already knows that he's still alive even as a teenager. So that's a confusing continuity. But the series surprisingly makes more sense in the movie because if you're the Lord of the Underworld, how do you not know that someone's dead? How does that slip by? That seems like Hades should have figured that out right then and there. Yeah, and then the other I know the other thing I suggested in there was the Popeye thing with Bluto. When Mal was not Mal but her mother Maleficent was singing, "Don't you want to be evil like me? Don't you want to be me?" And he's when he compared it to Bluto, that was actually something that came from me as well because it made me think of Bluto singing, me, not me, not me, you know what I mean. He's me, you know what I mean." Yep, which was a pretty funny little scene in that Popeye movie. Yep, so definitely remember those. Descendants 3, I definitely hinted at the Ultron thing when what's her name, Audrey, became evil and was like, "Happy birthday to you," and it's like, try as you may, movie, you are not doing the Ultron. Yeah, that was a joke for me. And her saying, "What is wrong with you people?" What do you mean by you people? There is a little bit more to that joke that I hinted at. It was a film, Our Friend Martin, where how they had the whole thing. They talk about back in the past how segregation with the blacks and whites, that kind of thing. In a scene of the movie with the altered timeline, the white principal came up to one of the to this kid named Miles who was black and said, "What do you think you're doing? Can't you people read? What's with the you people again?" That was what I was thinking of when I made that when I stated that there. Mm-hmm. Yep. So my descendant. Yep. You. I mean it's just in my opinion. I mean, I'm not saying this has to be this way, but If you want to do something different from what Descendants did, and probably from Disney's Hercules, you could go with the traditional Greek Hades. It would sort of be like what a lot, and I know a lot of you guys don't really think too fondly of some of the live action Disney movies, their thing, but a lot of what they're doing, trying to make some of the stuff in there past animated features more realistic to their culture, like the Mulan movie, stuff like that, making it more like its true story. Hey, yeah, you could go that route with Hades there, especially being, a more darker take. Yeah, I would. The catch, Hail Hades. Okay, yeah, that could be an interesting take. Cause, like I say, if it can, we can make the, we can make it work well with the story. Yeah, that definitely. That one thing my mom always say when I'm writing my stories, put it down and see how it works. So that's the only way you're gonna know, you know, you yourself if you want to go that direction there. Yep. Okay. But yeah, with the hmm. but yeah, with that Descendants film, yeah, those were some of the stuff that I put in there with the guest writing there. Yep. Onward. And now back to our story, or my new paradox. My new paradox is what I'm going to do is for podcasting. Little joke there. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we did Jack. Not the, oh yeah. I was gonna do because you mentioned Jack Nicholson in there. Okay. Wait. Okay. Let me do Jack Nicholson, and I will come to that Ultron Andre. All right. All right. Well then, just invite it in, Kenny. You'll see what you can do. Well, Tommy, Mary Lou, would you please be quiet? I'm on the phone. Surprise, surprise. Yes, Kenny, I'm still here. Fine. I'll just sit here and wait for you to let me know. Couldn't you keep quiet for 5 lousy minutes? What's your problem? Oh, nothing. My life is just ruined, that's all. Honey, you'll never believe what happened to me. Well, that could have gone as well as expected. Okay, now Ultron Audrey. Oh boy. All right. Benny, Benny resident Mary Lou. Oh, hi, Beth. Oh, relax. Well, maybe no blue blood and the white skirt or the red blouse. Oh, yep. Glad I could be of some help. There are no strings on me. How could you be worthy? None of you are. What is worthiness? Oh boy. And then he went from that to being kind of comedical throughout the movie. Somewhat. Okay, let's see what we got.
How about Silver Bowl with Spanish accent?
Oh, let's see, really.
Silver Bowl.
Okay, let's see if I can get that. Betty residence. Mary Lou speaking. Oh, hello, Beppan. Stop it! No, I mean Dennis, stop it! Stop it! He's pulling on the stupid cord. No, no, the green blouse. No, stop it! No, I mean Dennis. He's still pulling. Oh God! Oh no! I'm not mad. But you're just jealous, Mary Lou. Will you just stop it? No, I mean no. I am not jealous. I'm not jealous at all. Oh God! Go back and continue with the game. Go down again with the eye. Sally Field? You ever heard of Sally Field?
I think she was the actress in the first and second Amazing Spider-Man movies as Aunt May.
Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Okay. I'll do her Aunt May then, yeah. By the way, but okay. Okay, yeah, I can see that. I can see that there. I do. Like the performance in. The talk. I liked her performance in Spider Man. Oh boy, that was That was a classic done right there. Almost kind of reminds me of my grandmother. Okay. Yeah. Mary Lou is jealous because Beth Ann has a date. Be quiet. Is that true, Mary Lou? No, God. Don't say God. Beth Ann doesn't have a date. She does too. Well, does she or does she not, Mary Lou? But Dennis, stop poking Dougie. Carl Ray, did you get a job today? Uh-huh. Uh-uh. Does that mean no, you didn't? Uh-huh. Does that mean yes or no? Oh. Mary Lou, I want to talk to you about Carl Ray's room. It looks like Tommy made up the bed. He did? Tommy made it up? Yep. Well, why did he do that? Was that what? What? Why did Tommy make up Carl Ray's bed? I don't rightly know. That that's pretty interesting to hear Aunt May's voice reading like that in a script format there. It's actually you can see it that part of the journal entry is actually written like a script this particular day. And I've actually done that in some of my journals before. Yeah.
How about Angry Squid?
Oh boy, I was waiting for that one. Mary Lou Finney! Okay, Tommy made it up. Because I asked them to, and because I'm sick and tired of cleaning up after that. Mary Lou Finney, you will make up our guest's bed, and you will clean his room for the first 2 weeks. He is a guest, remember? Brother! Finney residence. Maggie speaking. Oh, Angie, you talked to Ellen? Oh, good. Well, what? What did she? And you told her about me and Kitty? Oh, good. He did. Oh, God. Okay, bye. Beanie resident. Oh, hello, Kitty. You did? You did? Oh, okay. Well, I guess so. And that is just the way the day went. And that is how I feel in my entire miserable life. And I never want to ever see you again. And to think this was a rant he did for several hours because Papa and Patrick woke him up at 3 in the morning.
3 hours. He ranted his frustration for 3 hours straight.
And because of that, they still got to see the sunrise.
Imagine he did an angry rant for 24 hours.
Knowing SpongeBob's time logic, that could be possible. See, do you know what nurse sounds like? Is just nurse, or is it nurse? A lot of nurse characters out there.
The only thing I have.
Oh, adorable nurse. Honestly, I don't. do not there. I know, I know who you're talking about from the chat. I know they talk about. I know she's mentioned a lot, but I've never heard how her voice sounds there. Oh boy. Okay, so it's Friday, June the 22nd.
How about Seto Kaiba?
She has many of us. She has a messed up sense of humor. Have any of us met her? Not that I know of there. No. But it's if anybody, I guess somebody amongst Bob Charles followers there, but the only question is which one. So, yes, one day we'll find out there. As Carl Ray say, I don't like to know. I'm trying to guess. Okay. Let's see.
My suggestion and my possibly no choice from Pokemon.
Okay. Well, yeah, it might be it there. But right now, Bethany is probably still on her big date. I'm probably going to have to hear every little detail about it tomorrow. Today, I stopped over at her house and modeled 15 outfits. She was still trying to decide what she was going to wear. I honestly don't see what the fuss is about. Guys never really notice anyway. She finally decided on a red blouse and white slacks. I thought she looked a little fat in that outfit, but she was such a wreck I didn't dare to say so. That's probably good thinking, Mary Lou. Yeah. Never want to go that territory. And yeah, as far as guys never really noticing what a girl has, referring to, since these are preteens in this book, the middle school age. Well, much like Patrick said about his intelligence, it kind of varies. It just all depends on the guy. Yeah, 'cause you can't really, not all of them going to be the same. Yeah. Okay, so now that we've taken a guess at Adorable Nurse, let's say, oh, that little meme that they always pop up with her. Seto Kaiba. Well, then she messed around with her hair for about 3 hours trying to decide whether it looked better up or down. At about 4 o'clock, she had to take a bath and start getting ready. Derek and his brother were arriving at 7. Well, gee, I sure hope she had enough time. Maybe I am a little jealous, but I'm also sort of happy for her because she thinks this is such a big deal. I don't think I would want to go out with somebody I've never met before. I mean, what if you don't even like the guy? That could be a huge problem. And of course, by doing Gabe, I have to do this little joke. Wait a minute, did you just summon a whole bunch of monsters in one turn? Yeah, so that's against the rules, isn't it? Screw the rules, I have money. Lots of it too. Okay.
How about Pony?
Oh yes. Oh yes, y'all get to get a little. Okay. Okay, well let's Hades and then Ponyo. And just a little note, Ponyo is gonna be coming. Brownie is gonna be reacting to that movie coming up. There, we plan to get that next week. Matter of fact, oh yeah, I will admit this is a very weird Miyazaki film, but I like it. It's a likable weirdness. And I'm a pretty weird guy anyway, as you've seen in the other live streams. All right, so Hades. Right. Well, I guess you could probably tell from the play I wrote yesterday that dear old Maggie got permission from Dad to go to the big party on Saturday with Kenny. Ugh. Well, Cinderella Maggie has to be home at midnight, so. Yeah. So today was like Maggie's day to watch Tommy, but she traded with me because I had to go out because she had to go out and buy a dress, so brother. And then she came home with a skinny black dress that had almost like no back to it. Can you believe that? And then I think Paul Ray is putting on a few pounds. That's so hard to believe. Maybe he didn't get fed enough of that Ray The biggest news came at dinner today. Where Dad asked for like the million dime, so Carl Ray to find a job. And then he nodded, and we was like, we almost missed it because we're used to him saying, no. And then Dad says, what does that mean? And then Mom's like, you gotta. And for the first time that Carl Ray's arrived, he actually grinned. Yep, he said, and boy, did Dad look happy. I mean, he's like, whoa, that was like great news for everybody. Oh boy. Yes, Ponyo. Ponyo is a very interesting movie. Yep. Oh boy, I look forward to looking at that. And now to do Ponyo's voice is a bit of a sneak for you. Alright. Okay, let's see. Where I left. Oh, okay. Sure is. Carl Ray, I said. And all around the table, everyone was saying, wow, and good, and my. Carl Ray kept grinning. He actually had to stop shoveling food in his mouth because he was grinning so much. And this was all how it went after that. Dad said, so where's the new job? The hardware store. And Mr. Buzz's hardware? Yep. Well, what will you do there? I don't rightly know. What's your job entail? When do you start work? Monday! Do we sound like a boring family or what? Anyway, at least Carl Ray has found a job and knows when he starts. And I like Sasuke and ham! I want some ham! Yay! Yep. Oh, yes, it was there. Oh, boy. That, yeah, one thing I really compare Ponyo to, I don't know if any of y'all seen this movie. It's in my playlist of movie reactions. When Brownie and Anna reacted to the Splash movie. I sort of think of Ponyo like a G-rated kid version of that movie with Tom Hanks and the Mermaid there. And then this, when the nostalgia critic did it, oh my gosh. Of course, the nostalgia critic got beat up quite a bit for doing that. Even by little Karibo. Let's see. Okay. Glenn Close Coella DeVille. Okay, let's do the critic doing Ponyo Want Ham and Cruella DeVille. Is now and is that the live action Cruella DeVille or the animated one?
I guess the live action.
Okay, I think I know how she sounds there. All right, so critic doing Ponyo. Yeah. I got you. I can hardly believe it. I've almost filled up this whole journal, and I've been only writing for 2 weeks. I went out and bought another one because I like doing this. It makes it easy to go to bed at night for some reason. And today was like a regular Saturday. I got a blank. Good old Elsie's ham and hot bread for lunch. This time, Mom didn't make us wait for Carl Ray to hug it all. Wait around for Master Carl Ray to get to make up his stupid Bad! 7 more days of this slavery! Watch Carl Ray sit in front of the TV and went over to Beth Ann. Home! Yo, what part of home? And then some other then he goes all demonic or something like that. And Little Karibo comes in for a cameo and beats the crap out of him. Yes, I don't like the fact that you making fun of Tony, and I don't really like the fact that you making fun of Tom. And oh boy, that part had me cracking it up. Little Karibo, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now for the live action, Cruella de Vil. And no matter how evil Disney can be, whoa. Well, I know she would be just like she was the enemy for the Dalmatians, she would be a major enemy for the Bunnies. Oh yes. Okay, so Cruella de Vil. Beth Ann was acting as if she had just been crowned the Queen of Easton or something. I never seen her like this. When I went over there, she was lying on her bed, dressed in one of her sister's Judy's flimsy nightgowns, pink, nylon, flipping through 17. She didn't even seem too happy to see me, you know. Oh, hi there, Mary Lou darling. She kept flipping through the magazine. Well, she turned the page and said, "Do you like this outfit?" And held up for me to see. I was like, "Not really." She flipped another page, saying, "Well, I was beginning to feel a little invisible." And then she was selling in underwear ads. Woof woof. Get those puppies! That is the most memorable part of that trailer I remember. And I think I have seen the movie, but it's been a while since I seen the live action and the animated one. Oh boy. Have strolled down memory lane.
We have one voice who just say Anita Darling. I think she's the female protagonist of 101 Dalmatians.
Oh, I think, or is that knowledge that she's the ultimate line? The other acknowledge that she's the ultimate line crosser. Okay, I think the Anita Darling was I think she was describing how this Cruella de Vil talks there.
Yeah, I think she also works with Cruella de Vil.
Oh, so it was like her assistant or something?
Well, she just worked in the company. She was one of her employees.
Oh, okay. No.
And she has a husband named Roger.
Okay.
And they both have 101 Dalmatians plus 2 adult Dalmatians.
Okay, I wasn't for sure. Oh, okay. The owners of Dalmatian. That's right. Okay. I'm not sure how they sounded, but I definitely knew Cruella de Vil. Oh, okay. Yes, that's just what I was saying. It was a emphasis of, one of Cruella de Vil's lines. That's why I threw that darling in there. I thought the darling. Yeah. That's how you do it, Christina, darling. Okay. Okay, so let's see, where is? Oh yeah, right. Just the next page.
How about Patrick when he was smart?
Oh boy, this will be a first there. And it's surprising that this was the one episode that focused on him being smart kind of makes you wonder about other episodes, like that one part where they was like, "Don't you have to be stupid somewhere else?" Not till 4. Like he had a time schedule to be stupid, and I think that theory was proven when he got called in one episode. He was like, "Any dreams you like to discuss, Patrick SpongeBob? You and I both know that you're just using me as a distraction, so you don't have to write your essay." I was like, "Wow!" So apparently he was off the clock of stupidity. Okay, but apparently this is different. Well, he did say it varies. Okay. Oh, yeah. Aren't you aren't you going to tell me at all about last night? Normally she would have been pouring out every detail. Even if her parents had gone to Tasty Free, she would have been telling me like, what they ordered and what she ordered and how the waitress looked out and what they were wearing, what they were wearing and all that. Oh, she put down the magazine and then stretched out on the bed, fixing her nightgown as if someone was going to take a picture. Picture perfect indeed. And then she got this dreamy look on her face, and and said it was divine, so very divine indeed. Hmm. Divine? Did she really say divine? Derek is truly wonderful. A very wonderful young man indeed. Very, very uplifting and prosperous. Oh, just so wonderfully divine. Truly. Where was she getting these words like truly and divine? Truly precious. Oh, I know I was going to gag at this point. But I was trying to be polite and not do it because that would be very rude. Oh, yes. Truly. Yeah.
How about Joey Wheeler?
Man, she sounded just like Christy and Megan at school. And Beth Ann just told me, "Well, what did you do?" I was like, "Well, just tell me what you did. I mean, did you go to the drive-in or what?" And then she nodded and got this big smile on her face. I'm like, "With Judy and what's his name? Gregory. Gregory, that's Derek's brother's name. It's Gregory. Okay, well, Judy and Gregory. Yeah, this was driving. This was driving me crazy. That fan, normally she would be telling you at what everyone wore, what color the car was, what color the interior was, even if it was clean or dirty. She'd be telling you whether it was on time, what time they picked it up, what the mother was wearing, what the father was wearing, and on and on and on and on and on. This is making me about as mad as that duel with Odeon. Making a live action Cruellaville starring Emma Stone. And they are giving. Okay, well, I probably can guess how that's gonna go.
Yeah. Downhill? I'm guessing downhill.
Yes. And seeing how Bob Bobcat's experience with Maleficent, he's probably going to stay far, far away from that movie. Far, far away. Oh boy. Emma Stone as Cruella de Vil. I have no words for that one. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah. So what you got next?
How about Darkwing Duck?
Oh yes, I got to do that one. Oh boy. Yeah. Apparently they're taking too many notes. Look, Disney. Just because there are certain films where you can have this anti-hero or villain to hero thing, like what they did with Venom and Deadpool and the Suicide Squad, stuff like that. Just because that somewhat works out doesn't mean that everything can work out that way. Please, Disney, just don't. Just don't. Please. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get back to me, Duckwing Duck. Then she sat up on the bed and said, "So what are you doing tonight?" "Nothing. Want to go to the movies or something?" And she started winding up a piece of her hair around her finger. "Oh, I love to. But I love to, Mary Lou, but I can't. Derek and I are going to some party with Gregory." And I went home. It really bothered me all day that she didn't tell me anything about her date. And she dropped that bit about her and Derek going out again like a big bomb on my head. I didn't think best friends did that sort of thing. Even though our house was full of people all day, I kept having this lonely feeling inside. It was really strange. Maybe I am jealous. Am I jealous? I'll probably never have to have a date. I'll probably just go on watching Maggie and Beth and be sappy over boys all day. Probably wake up one day and be 75 years old in my wheelchair with drool running down my chin and never have been on a date because, being a superhero takes up so much of my social life. I have to protect St. Tenor, but it's a burden on me because I am the terror that flaps in the night. I am the hero who will never ever stop my crusade. I am Duckwing Duck. And that Cruella de Vil ideal does make me very angry as well. Suck gas, evildoer. Oh boy.
How about you?
Ah, yes. See? Well, it didn't help that Maggie spent the entire day soaking in the tub, doing her nails and fixing her hair. And I have to admit, though she looked terrific when she was ready to go, when she got ready to go, when Kenny came to pick her up, he came into the house and sat down, and he never sits down, and pretended to talk like an adult to my father. He said, "Hello, Mr. Finney, sir." And my dad sort of just smiled. Hello, Kenny. Had a nice day today, Mr. Finney? Sir? Well, yes. Yu-Gi-Oh! And then Kenny kept turning his head. I think his collar was too small. He was all dressed up in a gray suit and a white shirt and blue tie. "So, where exactly is this party?" my dad asked. "Oh, yes, sir. It's at the Ferguson. You know Bill Ferguson?" "No, I don't think I do." "Well, he's a very nice guy. I think you'd like him, Mr. Finney." "Well, I think you might." "And where does this Bill Ferguson live?" "Oh, he lives in this big house over on Norton, 733 Lindell Street. Here's the phone number. I wrote it down for you." Such a sucker. Or as Waspinator say, "He's a major sucker."
How about Angry Slumpy?
So he sucked up so much that he made the Pillow Man. Oh boy. Well, that would be interesting there. Oh, there we go. Where's everybody else? I don't know. I noticed. Okay, I know there's you and there's Casey. I'm not sure who else is in here there. But I guess the third person just kind of observing and listening there. Anywho,
Why is it only?
When she said, "Why is it only me?" referring to herself. That I guess commenting. Not really sure that but like I say, anybody else who's in here, I know Case is one of them. If you can, like, hey, how you doing? Give a shout, what's up? Yeah, that way it won't be all alone. Yeah. You know what? Okay. Great. Hopefully Grace is able to come back. All right. So, oh yeah, Sloopy. So they went on like that until Maggie came downstairs and everybody fell over her saying how terrific she looked. And Gara kept staring at her as if she was some sort of goddess or something. And of course, Dad reminded her to be home by midnight. And Kitty was like, right away, of course, midnight. That's very good. It's 11 o'clock. Gee, I wonder what time they're really gonna come home. And I was out all day, and I couldn't go nowhere because I ain't got no arms or legs or anything. Just rub it in my face, why don't you? Happy birthday to me. You see the I had to look at on the playback there. Yeah, I got yeah, the rip was already starting by the time I got off of work today. Yeah, and then had doing some other things, but I will catch the playback there. Hopefully next week I can catch it since I'm on vacation all week there. So hopefully I can catch that as well as the Wednesday stream as I usually do. Okay, so Mr. Horrible. Oh boy.
And they're not mainstream.
Oh boy, well I'm definitely gonna have to see that. Because I know if it's horrible, Bob Shaw is going to riff that thing like crazy. That's about the only. That's the best way to make a horrible movie interesting is have somebody make fun of it. so sorry. Sunday, June 24th.
They say it was about a monster and aliens in the 50s. Saw some movie from the 1950s.
Really? I thought it was going to be another continuation of Oz, like one of the movie adaptations of that Oz book he's been reading in the Wednesday streams. Well, that's an interesting note. Kind of makes me wonder what I'm going to be looking at.
Hey, I can imagine Bob Shaw riffing the non-Disney version of The Little
Mermaid. That would be a possibility. Might have to mention that to him.
He'll work everything except the ending. He might possibly either get sad or angry about the ending.
Or maybe a mix of both. I was pretty pissed off at the ending of that one. Like, really, Christian Hans? Really?
That was the true version of The Little Mermaid. She just died.
Yeah, but I think Christian Hans had a really bad concept of the logic of mermaid. Magical beings. And he writes it like that.
And they are considered souls.
Supposed to be writing about mermaids, Christian, not vampires.
And I think the story mentioned that she only gained a soul if she marries a human being. Fell in love with a human being and becomes true.
Lord have mercy. For him to riff unit. Oh boy. That'd be an interesting choice there. Okay. Let's see how much you got there. Okay, we're gonna let's see. Do the I was hoping Grace show up at some point there, but I guess but we're gonna do a few more. Yeah, we got a couple more. Yeah, a few more we can do. Yeah, right here. Okay. Okay, we're gonna start wrapping it up with this last entry here. Yeah, we'll just cut it off on Sunday.
Oh, it's only 5 minutes left till an hour. Till an hour passed.
All right, we're gonna cut it with Sunday.
Okay.
So, she want to hear Cruella de Vil again.
Okay.
Right. Well, would anyone be surprised to learn that Maggie darling, got home at 2 o'clock, and and Cinderella called around midnight to ask for an extension. I found out a lot of stuff about Maggie today. I asked her about the party for once, and she decided to talk to me. Told me it was very fancy with butlers and maids, and they had all kinds of little things to eat, like dip and mushrooms, and there was a live band that played outside in the patio, and everyone danced, and the neighbors didn't even complain. And then the thing that surprised me the most was when she said that Beth Ann was there. And after Maggie made me promise not to tell, she said that Beth Ann was hanging all over Derek the Divine, darling, and that Derek was some kind of a jerk, sort of bug out the way he looked surprised and didn't really say 2 words. He just sort of followed Judy and what's his name around, and Beth Ann followed him. Well, good night to you, Claire. Woof woof. Catch those puppies.
All right. Good night, Queen.
See you later, Claire. All right. As Aquaman say, all right.
I bet she has something important to do the next day.
Probably. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. So what we got for the remainder of this section?
Now, but Chester?
Oh, that's a good one there. Oh, yeah. Then out of the blue, Maggie said, "Oh, buddy, I just remembered there was some guy who asked about you." Me? Somebody asked about me? Now, what was his name? Oh, he lived next door to Bill Ferguson. You know, the guy who had the party and all that. That's probably why he was there. I don't think he had a date. I only saw him at the beginning. Well, don't you remember his name? Maggie never really remembers names. It's express. It's really expresserating. I can't hardly pronounce that word, but describe him. Then I said, and because I'm doing Deathstorm, I got to close out with this one, Vegeta. Vegeta, because Jetstorm is done by the same voice actor as Vegeta from DBZ. Okay. Well, he's pretty cute and sort of tallish and thinnish, blondish hair with pinkish skin. Alex? Was it Alex Shepard? He lives in Norton, and he sort of has pinkish. Yes, Alex. Yes, Alex. Alex was at the party, and then he asked about me. Well, sort of. And Beth Ann's truly divine, wonderful daring is sort of a jerk. Well, that makes me feel a lot better. And Vegeta, what did the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000! What, 9,000? There's no way that can be right! That is! Boy, that was the most popular thing of DBC. And then one other thing I want to add in there is Why is I never can find a clue? No, why is that? Why can't I? Oh, you mind if I go to longer for case?
Sure.
Oh, let me do this. Yeah, let me do this. I'll go back in. But why can I never find a clue? Or better yet, since I'm going back in the book, yeah, I'll read it in here. Monday, June the 25th. This is my personal favorite. Bob Shaw, angry, and then he gets hit with morphine. No, this is the first day of this new journal, but I'm not going to write much because I am so sleepy. And I had to watch Tommy all afternoon, even though it was Maggie's turn, and she traded with me, and Mr. Fuzzy was sick, and then he come home real early from the store, and Mrs. Fuzzy had to take care of him to take him to the doctor, so Maggie could go over there and stay with Kathy, Barry, and David. Mrs. Fuzzy didn't get home until 8, and she was all upset because the doctor said that Mr. Fuzz had to go right into the hospital for some dip. Maggie's going over here to Miss Fuzz so she could go to the hospital. And surprising thing that Miss Fuzzy looks like one of those healthy types. And yes, I'm stopping in the middle of a paragraph, but I don't care. There he is, my little guy. Isn't he cute? Isn't he cute? I did not need to hear that. Oh boy. So I guess his voice is just between the two of you.
Okay, it's not on the list, but how about Sinbad from Jingle All the Way? When he rants.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
When he ranted.
I'm telling you, he plays golf and tennis and runs around those gym shorts and tennis shorts, and then he's got these red and long skinny legs and these great big feet. And mom says, I bet in a couple of days, those doctors are always scaring people, with tests for every little thing. They have a test for that. They have a test for this. They have a test for every little thing. I mean, it almost scares the heck out of you. And why? Why is all, especially with me, always with me? And I honestly think he was actually doing that act of his in that scene on purpose in the vain hope that he would scare all those customers away so he could be the only one there to get the Turbo Man toy. But apparently it didn't work. But I got to give him credit for pulling off that plan because you kind of think that would work. Especially the way one lady was looking at him really terrified. Mm.
If you haven't seen the movie Jingle All the Way, it's a good rental.
Yes, it's a good guilty pleasure. Like it may like it, you may not, but it does have some guilty pleasure moments there.
So I think it's just better as rental.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. All right. So yeah, there.
How about Jim Carrey as Joker?
Okay. All right. Just kind of running out of water there. Oh my god. We switch it over.
Sure.
We are we're experiencing some very technical difficulties right now. Very. Here you go. As Homer Simpson say, I got to wet my whistle. Oh boy. A little something to share with you while I'm waiting on that. What was it? Oh yes. A little something that's we got coming up. the reaction movies, reactions that we got planned coming up. Uh, I mentioned about Ponyo, and there will be. We're hoping to do Frozen 2 since we did the first Frozen movie. Hoping to react to that, and also the Disney Little Mermaid because that relates with Bubblina, both mermaids. October, we are planning to do the entire Yu-Gi-Oh! Trilogy reaction along with Darkwing Duck episode react. Go back into that. Upon finishing Bubblina and going into Brown Chronicles, number 3. So, yep. And I know I did. I know Brownie already reacted to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie as this first reaction, but he's going to do a redoing of it more in the style of how he's been doing his reactions lately, and then go into Bonds Beyond Time and Dark Dimensions. Be a good little thing for Halloween. Then, of course, we got a couple planned for Thanksgiving. Well, November. Yeah, Thanksgiving. And, of course, December is going to be straight up Christmas-related reactions. But what those Christmas reactions will be, you'll have to find out when December gets here. All right. Excuse me. As Cool Cat said, they had to have an actual scene for Cool Cat just to drink his lemonade. Okay, we're back here. All right. Close that up there. All right. All right, so let's see, we get. Oh yes. Oh, up here. I thought I'm jumping down further than what I really need to go.
Yeah. Jim Carrey has the joke.
Oh, that's right. Right. I don't really like doctors. I don't really like doctors that much because they never really listen to you. I guess it must be hard to sit there and listen to people complain all day. I haven't heard from Beth Ann, and I was going to call her, but I'll wait till she wants to talk to me. I guess I better think about calling Ray. Dad had to call him about 1,000 times to get out this morning for his first day of work. But finally, he did get up. And at dinner, when Carl Ray asked how his job, when Dad asked how Carl Ray's job was, he said, ugh. And surprisingly, Dad didn't say, does that mean? Instead, he just said, well, I'm good. Well, it's good. I'm glad to hear. I think he's sort of getting fed up with Carl Ray and all this. And Mom asked if someone took over Mr. Fuzz, and he said that it was, while he was at the doctor and all that, and Carl Ray said, yep, but he never said who it was. And while I was cleaning Carl Ray's room today, I put a can of deodorant on his dresser. Is that mean? Well, it's supposed to be a hand. So, well, good night, whoever you are out there. Smoking. Well, that would, and funny story. Since you met Jim Carrey and the Joker, there is a there is I don't know if you've heard of this, but there is a DC comic where the movie The Mask is actually from DC property, but the comic version of The Mask is really dark. And there was a comic issue where the Joker got the mask. And so you're talking about something that's already dark. Put the Joker with that mask. You're talking about some anarchy and chaos. That would be. And don't get me started if Mary put that mask on. He's already got the Millennium Rod. Okay, so we're. Okay, let's see. We're gonna. What we got there? Okay, I'm gonna read one more. I'm gonna read Tuesday because Wednesday has a bit of a twist, and I want to leave it a bit of a cliffhanger. I think Tuesday would be a good spot to stop.
How about Cyber?
Booyah! Well, Mr. Fuzzes is still in the hospital. He had a bunch of tests and no results yet. And he has to have some more tests tomorrow. So Maggie said that Mr. Fuzz was in a wreck. Now, I'm sure Mr. Fuzz will be home soon. No word from my best friend yet, and Beth Ann. Man, you want to know how Carl Ray's job went today? Well, at dinner, Mom asked him, y'all, excuse me. I still got some of that dinner in me. Boy, them ribs were good. Boy, I know I could cook me some good ribs. Anyway, back to what I was saying. At dinner, Mom asked him, and he said, I examined the can of deodorant today. Couldn't really tell if it had been used or not, so I added a bar of soap in the dresser this time. Oh boy, in today's mail, we got all our summer reading list for school. We got like 1 million books on each grade. You're supposed to read as many as possible and take notes. There's gonna be a lot of books for the summer. How we supposed to do that? We also gotta be trying to fight crime and stuff. Yeah.
How about Rat Trap?
Yes. Well, Tommy and I went to the library today, and he picked out a bunch of easy reader books. He can't really read, but he just gets it. And a book on Eskimos. Eskimos? What you know about some Eskimos, boy? I checked out 2 on the list. Odyssey and the Poems of Robert Frost. I skimmed through the Odyssey, and I think perhaps I made a mistake in getting this one. The print is so small. I hated these weird names in it. Maybe I'll try reading it tomorrow. No. I gotta break character for that. No. You are not this in the Odyssey. Now the Odyssey has its moments, but those are some very interesting stories with Homer and his adventures. I have been through those stories in school. Well, read through those stories in school. Those are some pretty interesting stories. And they've even interpreted the Odyssey, and a lot of other like even Arthur has done the Odyssey with D.W. telling about it. So you are not gonna diss the Odyssey. All right. We got there.
How about Death Charge?
Oh yeah. I read a couple of poems about Robert Frost's book. Some of them are okay. Some are very strange. Like, one about the pasture. Someone's going out of the pasture, and then it tells somebody else to come along. That's about it. I wrote a poem about a lunchbox and a bologna. Why is that word spelled like that? Sandwich. And I think even that is better than the one about the pasture. Well, that must be a really bad story if you think your bologna sandwich is a lot better than it. I tell you, Prime, blow it out your exhaust pipe. I don't care at all. I'm going after X. All right, so we're gonna cut there. That's gonna be a cliffhanger since we know Mr. Fuzz is still in the hospital. So what's gonna happen to him? Y'all will have to come back next week to find out what happens to Fuzz.
I guess his lips are sealed.
All right, good. I'm glad that you could join us there, Case, and also our other mystery guests. I guess maybe Batman's in the stream. Might be examining it. All right, so well, we're glad y'all could make it, and we will be here next week. I should be on vacation, so But I will have a time that I will be up here next week. That will be up here next week, and it will be Thursday, but we'll have time up and everything. So until then,
All right, good night.
see y'all later, and good night to all.
Sit.